Hey guys, how is it going? I am so excited for tonight. Ooh, sorry, I'm just finishing up. Literally my last balloon to blow up. That there. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I am Tommy Dorfman and my pronouns are they, them. I'm an actor and an advocate and a writer and a photographer and all the things. And I am so excited to be hosting this all-inclusive Prom for All with UGG tonight. A few months back, I participated in the UGG brand's Prom for All Pride campaign, and for their fourth year, UGG and Pacific Pride Foundation hosted a Proud Prom, which is an annual party at the UGG Santa Barbara headquarters that welcomes LGBTQ+ and allied youth. Of course, we didn't fully realize that Prom for All would take on an entirely new meaning. With us having to stay inside and be our truest selves behind closed doors, I just thought that we needed to have some fun. And since proms are being canceled across the country, I wanted to bring together some of my good friends for an inclusive prom-themed night filled with encouraging conversation and entertainment. So if you haven't already, please just go to your closet, put on your most extra fun, loud, proud looks. And if you share your photos via Instagram, tagging me at tommy.dorfman and use the hashtag UGGPride, we might be / definitely will be picking a few of our favorite looks and sending you something from the UGG Pride collection. I'm also going to be answering some questions that you submitted to the UGG Instagram throughout the night. And if you don't know why we're here, we are really launching this UGG Pride Capsule collection, which is an all-gender collection. I'm wearing some of the slides right now, that is sold year-round, which is really cool to me because usually brands only do stuff for Pride or Pride collections in like June or May, but UGG is taking the stance and they are making sure that this is something that they promote all year long for 2020. And this year, UGG partnered with GLAAD, an organization near and dear to my heart. They actually donated $125,000, which is incredibly meaningful, especially during this time when nonprofits are losing funding right and left. And so if you want more information to join GLAAD in its mission to accelerate acceptance, you can go to GLAAD, GLAAD.org. Okay, well, enough of all of the info. I am ready to get this night started. First with a little lip gloss. Now, I'm really excited to introduce to you our first guest appearance. She's someone who needs no introduction. She is a good friend of mine, and I'm so grateful that she took the time out of her very busy course schedule to come celebrate prom with us. Please welcome the one, the only, Shangela.
Well, hello, or should I say greetings, salutations, and hallelujah. Yes, honey, it's me, your girl, Shangela. Say what? Started to baby now. All grown up. All grown up and honey, ready to celebrate with y'all for Prom for All. Listen, we know that proms have been like canceled all across the country, right? Because of the pandemic. But that doesn't mean that we can't still celebrate and come together for an uplifting time to engage each other, in social connection. Because connection is so important, especially during a time like, woo, prom, hallelujah. And look at me, all dolled up. Let me sit up. Look at that. That's fabulous, that's diva, hallelujah. Oh Lord, set design. That's what happens when you make your own prom, but that's all right, because that's what we're doing. This prom this year is all about bringing us together and realizing what's really important, but also remembering the love. You see, Prom for All is something that is meant for everyone. And that's why I'm really excited to be here for this prom celebration. Because that's what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna dance, we're gonna party just like y'all were at your actual prom. Now look, I remember my prom, okay? And trust me, you ain't missing much. No, actually, it's a fantastic time to get all dolled up. As you can see, I did for y'all right here in La Casa, okay? And it's also a time that we just celebrate that we made it all the way through the year. And it's a time about love. But that doesn't mean that you can't, not have love. Love is for everyone. Pride is for everyone, and prom is for everyone. And let's celebrate. It's prom! Don't make me go over to the DJ and slip him $20 to do a special request, because you know I will, okay? So here we are, being all cozy, fabulous together, in our outfits, and our gowns, and our diva looks, and celebrating. Listen, I remember my junior prom, right? Junior prom, I was just excited to be going to the dance. See, I was president of the student council. And being president of the student council, you also were, working with the prom committee. So I was in charge of the prom committee. And we had so many different ideas. I had just come back from a trip to Spain, and I was like, oh, we should have a Spanish theme. But so many other, when you're a committee leader, so many other people had ideas. I tried to accommodate for everybody. Just like, these shoes are for everybody, these slides are for everybody. Then my idea was gonna be for everybody. So I wanted to do a lot of different cities. So our theme was midnight on the Mediterranean. And every different corner of the room was a stop, like a cruise ship, like a port stop, right? Everybody got a little stop on the Mediterranean, and that was fabulous. But tonight, there ain't no Mediterranean, there ain't no ship, there ain't no smell of fish, no ma'am. There's only us celebrating, and that's what I'm happy to do with you guys. So thank you for joining us for this virtual prom. Thank you, Tommy, for the introduction. Also, and for the invitation, should I say, because I am so proud to be here. And listen, y'all, because you're not able to actually go to a real prom, like in the room and dance, and back in the day, they used to put a ruler between people before twerking was a thing. You had to stand like 6 to 12 inches apart from each other, dance like this. Y'all, now they just be like, very that. Right? In the prom dress. That's why I'm in a 4-way stretch garment right now. But listen, just because you guys can't do that right now all together, that does not mean that your prom moment that you wanted to have is not valid. I know some of y'all already bought a dress. I had this in the box ever since the beginning of the school year. I was ready, okay? So the fact that you already have your look, I hope you put it on. I hope you take pictures. I hope you share those photos of you all dressed up online. Make sure you tag me at Shangela and at UGG. Tag Tommy too, tag everybody, okay? Because we want to see your amazing looks. You deserve to feel special because you are special and we love you very much, all right? So thank you for joining. Stick around and make sure, I'm gonna drop to the after party and I'll be here dancing and kicking up. Woo, yes, kicking up my cozy here. Look at this, watch this. Kicking, look at that. She's also sporty and athletic. I do all my own stunts, y'all didn't even know. But anyhow, happy prom, happy pride, and I love you so much. Hallelujah. Bye.
Shangela, you are truly one of a kind. Thank you so much for being such an inspiration to all of us and bringing smiles to everyone. You're so funny. I love you. Now it is time to get dressed for prom. And I brought one of my really, really good friends and also my personal stylist, Chris Horan, on board to help us sort of put together these looks. They're kind of piecemeal looks, which I'm really excited about because if you're not dressed already, this is going to help you get dressed for prom using stuff that you have at home. You can mix your highs and your lows. And I just want to show you my outfit because we picked it out together. It's kind of hard to see, but again, note the slides, which are a nice little riff off the trans pride flag, which I love. Anyway, now I'm going to introduce you to Chris. Please, Chris, show us what you got, baby.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Horan. I've been styling Tommy for 2.5 years now, as well as some other amazing actors and actresses. But tonight, I'm gonna be getting you ready for tonight's prom. So if you're not already wearing something, go in your closet, grab something fun, go in your dad's closet, your mom's closet, wear that thing that you're always scared to wear in public, wear that thing when we get out of quarantine because life's too short to be scared to wear anything. And I think Tommy already mentioned it, but we are picking some favorite looks. So use the hashtag UGGPride and we will be sending product to our favorites. So yeah, I got my look already. I've got my little boutonniere moment. I got my fluff slides. I'm ready to dance. I dance better than this, I promise. But let's settle in here. So I got to style 3 of my close friends and I got to send them UGG product as well as some miscellaneous pieces from my kit, all done safely. And it kind of was the best time because we had a group chat going on discussing like what pieces to go with what, putting in our 2 cents. Hopefully you are doing that with your friends right now too, getting opinions, giving them, not listening to the opinions, And yeah, it's just like a fun time. So I'm gonna walk you through some of these looks, and don't be fooled by some of the indoor shots because they're all things you 100% can wear once we get out of this. I love Lauren's final look so much, mainly because I think it's kind of fun to be a rule breaker. You know, sometimes at an event, you have all these pressures to dress a certain way because of a dress code, and I think that you were able to break those rules in a respectful way, and Lauren's look is kind of like the carefree, relaxed version of that. The sneaker is like the perfect pairing with the pattern top and playing with the proportion a little bit. It's just like a really fun look. So for Sierra's look, we ended up deciding on this lavender slip dress, which I'm sure a lot of you have in your closet, and pairing that with either a blazer that has like a strong shoulder or it's super oversized. But the thing that I really loved about her look as a whole is that the clothing elements are very subtle and they're muted, and that allowed the UGG fluff slide, like that hot pink color is like, it's what like hits you. All right, Juan's look. This was kind of a tie in our group chat because he had a second option that was a skirt that was equally as amazing, but the Eckhouse Lotta pants won out in the end. I feel like the colors and the funness of this print on the pant just worked so perfectly with the pink slides. It just was the right match. I also love his knit tank that's a little crop, and it also has like a little harnessing detail. It's a little like sassy moment. Pride to me really is, and this is obviously just my experience, but I didn't feel proud until I was 25. I was comfortable with myself. I was comfortable being gay and being out, but I don't think that sense of pride really like struck for me until I made a really amazing group of gay friends, and the sense of community and safety and just like togetherness, alikeness, sameness. It's that feeling that it really makes you feel like, oh, I'm not just like okay with myself, like I'm proud and I want to tell people, and I'm like gonna shine everything I believe in outward. So last but not least, my look. I feel like the colors are all pretty muted and it allows the shoe to like have the pop. But also when you take off this jacket, I feel like this is how we all end up anyways when we're dancing. It's like, just like a cute little, camp colored shirt that has like a little Hawaiian tropical print. And these pants I love because they're high-waisted, but they also have this little cinch belt, so you can choose how snatched you want to be or not be throughout the night. All right, everybody, thank you so much for having me. Please tag at UGG and at Chris Horan 20 with all of your looks. I really, really am so excited to see them all. And yeah, I hope you had as much fun tonight as I did, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for helping us all get ready and look our best. I'm gonna have to borrow those amazing pants when I see you next. They are incredible. Also that blazer, hello. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to recreate my prom look. Okay, like not just in my house where I am now, but when this is all over, I'm gonna be out there flaunting all these goodies. Don't you worry about it. I mean, we have to make up for all the lost time, right? Now I am getting a question from @probably_Simone. Hi, happy Pride. Okay, they want to know, do you believe in your generation? Wow, that's a deep cut. Yeah, I do. Of course I believe in my generation. I think, we're obviously all collectively going through a really tough time right now. It's unprecedented for everybody, this pandemic. However, I'm really inspired by my generation's respect of staying indoors and understanding of that. And I believe we really do want to pave the way for a better future. I think more than my generation, I'm constantly inspired by younger generations, especially teenagers today. You guys are incredible. You are so open and outspoken and educated, and your activism is truly, truly, truly remarkable, and you keep us going. And I can't wait for you guys to grow up and blossom and really, really, really create the most effective change in the world as adults. I'm really hoping that this whole thing is a big restart for us culturally. Wow. wasn't expecting all that emotion to come up. If you follow me, by the way, on Instagram, you'll know that I love a good eye look. Actually, showing you right now, kind of. It's a very bright situation. But my next guest actually helped me cultivate this eye look over FaceTime. Her name is Kaylee Kennedy, and she's an incredible makeup artist. She's my makeup artist and also my very, very, very good friend. And she is here to help you achieve a fierce prom face beat at home. She is going to really get you ready to take on the world once you're able to get back to it. And what's great is that if it looks difficult, you can keep practicing because we have a lot of time inside. All right, so let's seize the moment. Get your makeup ready if you got it. If not, screen record so that you can save it. And I want to introduce Kaylee. Let's go. Take it away.
Thank you, Tommy. Hi, everyone. My name's Kaylee Kennedy. My pronouns are she. I'm an LA-based makeup artist who works with Tommy Dorfman along with several other artists, actors, and activists within the queer community. Tonight, I'm excited to go on this makeup journey with you for Proud Prom, which we're celebrating digitally with UGG. My inspiration tonight is inspired by the trans flag. It happens to be my favorite pride flag. And I chose this UGG disco checker slide, which is the cutest shoe in the trans flag colors to sort of play off of. Yeah, we're gonna do a baby pink, baby blue, kind of like pulled out winged eye. Super excited to show you my tips and tricks for the night. And I hope you can join along with whatever colors you have and whatever products you have and make this even more fun for everyone. Step 1, get your base. You're gonna kind of go in and create a shape with these bases. This is a grease paint palette by Makeup Forever. It's called the Flash palette. And I took 2 colors from this and mixed them with white to create baby colors ahead of this video. Take the baby pink color and go straight into the corner of the eye, buffing up and out toward the brow bone. And you don't need to be super precise with grease paint. Grease paint is pretty forgiving, especially if you're putting something on top of it, which we are. All right. You can kind of see placement, right? Cool. Moving on to the next eye. Same position, right in the crease, pulled out toward the brow bone, kind of in more of a winged shape. All right, so the blue is going to be with a different brush, that's super important, and buff that straight onto the center of your eyelid. You can kind of see placement, center of the lid. Don't worry too much about the 2 colors overlapping because you kind of want that in the end. So it looks a little bit more like a wash, like a little watercolory. Okay, now that we've got the blue placed and blended out a bit, I'm gonna take my most coveted makeup palette called Psych Box, and we're gonna go in with the color Baby Jane. Straight where we started. I mean, not straight, but you get it. We want that drama. Amazing. All right, more Baby Jane. Second eye. Same placement. Outer corner crease pulled out toward the edge of the brow. Okay, inner corners. Don't be afraid to kind of go ham. It's prom after all. Now going in with our blue fluffy brush. We're gonna use Life on Mars on the lid. I think I've used it on you, Tommy. Tommy and I definitely did kind of like a rainbow wash, but I don't think it was ever used for anything. We kind of just play makeup in their hotel room. This is an embarrassing confession. So now I took a little bit of Life on Mars mixed with Gossamer to kind of make it more powdery on the upper brow bone. I don't want that blue to be too contrasty right below the brow bone. Keep it nice and soft. All right, next step. To kind of enhance the pink a little bit, I love using reds. So Damask is this really proper, true, like fire engine red. I'm gonna pop a little bit in these two corners and buff them out. You'll kind of see what I mean in a second. Just for a little bit more depth. Okay, so with a little baby Jane, we're gonna go on top of that just to sort of pull the whole look together. We're gonna do the same with blue in a second. I love how inclusive makeup is. That might be my favorite part. Like literally, makeup is for everybody. And it can help people feel their truest form, which is also very powerful. Next, we're gonna go in with the blue grease paint. Again, don't worry too much about being clean and neat with this product because it's super malleable. You can move it around wherever you want. And some more of Life on Mars. We're going in. This is turning out so cute. I'm gonna take a little bit more of like a thin brush and I'm gonna take that into Damask, the red color, and sort of buff just the edge. You'll kind of see once we're done why we did this, but it helps bring the look. I feel like this is definitely a look I would wear to Pride. Cute. Next, we're gonna line the eye. First, we're starting with the Pat McGrath Labs Permagel Ultra Glide Pencil in Extreme Black and kind of just sketch the shape on. Don't be afraid to go in and go hard. I feel like that shape's really cute. I want to bring it down too, but not all the way. Just 3/4. I'm gonna leave sort of an opening in the center where the liner should be. And then to replicate, I never ever ever start my liner on the top of my lid. I just feel like it's like a recipe for disaster. I always start my liner on the outer corner, pulling out, creating my wing first, and then coming back over and sort of creating that bridge between the lid and the wing. Now we're going in with our Permagel liquid eyeliner. With liquid, I tend to kind of rest the pen on a lash line and drag. It gives you a little bit more stability. And always use small sketches when you're doing any sort of like detailed liner. Because if you go for a big stroke and you don't like what you did, it's gonna be a little bit harder to clean up. It's perfect. And then we are good to go to our final step prior to lashes. This is Venti Beauty's Full-Frontal Mascara. I love this mascara. It's so nice. Talk about drama. The lash jumped out. I like to do this thing, it's kind of wild, but I coat the top of my lash and the underside of each lash. I don't know, it just sort of makes the lash longer by coating two sides and building on two sides. Now that we have our eye look complete, we can add some lashes. These lashes have been pre-cut and I have used some duo, black duo, dark tone duo on my lash backing board. And I'm going to slowly take the black duo, spread it onto the lash band, kind of be liberal with this glue because these lashes are a little bit fickle. I'll kind of like work the lash band while the adhesive is getting a little bit tacky and drying, just to sort of help me out. Help your sister out in the long run, you know? Look for the seasonal lashes, and sometimes they'll be on sale because it's post-Halloween or it's post-Christmas or whatever holiday they're selling lashes for. And you can find some wild lashes that are very, very, very cool, especially if you're into that sort of thing. So for me, I tilt my head back. I tend to close my eyes a little bit and just set the lash right on the lash line and work them back. Oh my God. These rhinestones are so freaking cute. I want to bite them. Ooh. These are cool. And now we can put on our other pair. Again, eye open, I think is the best trick. You can tilt your head back, you can kind of see, you can get more access to your lid space, kind of see more as far as what's going on up there. Oh, these are so cute, wow. Perf. All right, everybody, thank you for having me. Tommy, UGG, love you guys. Can't wait to see what everybody created. Tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Kaylee Kennedy, or tag UGG @UGG, and have a wonderful, proud prom. All my love. Mwah.
Woo! Talk about a look. So beautiful. I definitely will need a lot of practice, which is why I did not try and do that right now. But can we please do that to my eyes when I see you next? I also really love how you drew inspiration from the trans flag. Thank you so much, Kaylee. And also, I just want to do a little shout out to Miss Mariana out here really bombing us up in the comments. Hello. We are in fact live. Yes, I am right here, live and home. And also, for all you Fletcher fans out there, she is doing her vocal warm-ups and she will be with us really shortly, okay? So just like, take a deep breath, enjoy the moment. You have nothing else to do right now except for be with us and celebrate prom for all. Hello. Okay, we will continue this beautiful, beautiful night. And now that you have your makeup and your fashion look set, I think we're like ready for prom. But before we get the fun started and before we get to Miss Lovely Fletcher, I just thought we could take this time to talk about what makes inclusivity and pride so important. UGG asked me who I wanted to have this like fun little Zoom Q&A with, and I thought of one of the most inspiring people in my life, a non-binary legend, Mix ALOK. And for this, I kind of felt like it would be a little boring if I stayed in the same place. So I just want you to follow me for a little change of scenery. I'm gonna bring you into my office, a very exclusive spot right now.
Oh my God, hi.
Hi. How's
Hi,
it
everyone.
going?
My name is ALOK. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm so excited for our prom for all.
Me too. How much fun is it going to be?
And who better to speak with than the master of ceremonies, Tommy Dorfman themselves. How are you?
I'm well. I'm having so much fun. I wish I had a queer prom when I was in high school.
I mean, would you wear this stunning outfit or what?
I mean, I probably would, but I don't know if I would have had access to it or if I would have had the guts to do it.
Right. What was your sartorial sensibility like in high school?
It was pretty like vintage. I wasn't comfortable enough with like my gender identity and expression to like move the needle a lot in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I definitely had like a nail polish phase in high school, which is now it's just a lifestyle.
A lot of people don't know much about like gender neutral clothing or gender neutral fashion. Maybe could you speak a little bit about what gender neutral fashion is and why it's important that this collection is for all genders?
Yeah, I mean, what's fab about this collection is that the shoes basically don't discriminate in size. Like these are like the coziest, best, cutest sandals. And they have a little platform, and like typically you wouldn't be able to find that in my like truly man foot size.
It literally feels like we're Bigfoot every time we're at the shoe alley. It's like, where's my size 12?
You know, my gender nonconforming fashion expression is truly just a combination of what people would consider women's wear and men's wear.
Mm-hmm.
To me, clothing never felt like a thing that needed to be prescribed to one gender.
Totally.
You know, I wore girls' clothes as a kid for up until I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like ball gowns in elementary school.
Although, who knows what the future holds?
I mean, truly. I hope that is the future I would like to see in
Right. I know that you shot the capsule collection at the Pacific Pride Foundation's prom back in February, pre-pandemic times. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a really emotional night, just observing these young queer kids supporting each other, and like you could spot like the little couples that were forming and like kids flirting, but you could also just spot like a beautiful group of friends coming together and like dancing and celebrating prom in their own way, in a space that felt safe, in a space that they felt like they could truly be themselves. It was so breathtakingly beautiful to watch these kids and the way that they were dressing and like their makeup. I mean, they looked so cool, honestly.
I'm sure it must have also been healing too, to like be like, wow, times are actually changing.
Yeah. People say like, well, why do we need gay bars anymore, or queer bars or queer spaces? It's 2020, but the reality is there's so much ignorance and discrimination in this world, especially when you're a teenager and in high school. I mean, I even got like verbally harassed by teenagers on the street in Los Angeles, which is like a pretty accepting city, for wearing skirt just the other day. So I can only imagine as a young baby LGBTQ pluser, you probably don't feel super safe to express yourself at your traditional school prom. And so to have this opportunity to come together in a space that's exclusively yours is remarkable.
Right.
You know,
I feel like there was just not even the kind of vocabulary that exists now when we were growing up. Like, I feel like so often I didn't understand the difference between gender or sexuality. Like, I was just kind of like, oh.
Obviously not. No, I mean, like, that to me was not a thing that I started to find the vocabulary for until college.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still evolving for me, right? Like, my gender identity stuff is still evolving because there was so much repression over the course of my childhood due to different types of traumas, and just trying to fit in and just, you know, trying to stay under the radar a little bit more, because as a kid I was so vibrant and so outspoken and so flamboyant in a lot of different ways, and just like a really excited kid. And then I spent many years like bottling all that stuff in and like putting all the gender confusion stuff aside just to sort of like survive and stay noticed, but not too much.
Right.
And that, you know, the thing that I tell queer kids a lot, like whenever I'm asked this question, is like, you don't have to make a decision today. Like, it's okay if you feel a certain way today and you feel different tomorrow. You can try to let patience in and pause in and time in to explore all the facets of your identity, whether it's your sexuality or your gender expression. I spent so much time exhausting myself trying to be like, I'm this, and then I'm this, and then I'm this, and then I'm this. No, I'm this. Now I'm like finally in a place where I can put my hands up and be like, you know what, it's okay if like I spiral about my gender still. It's okay if I am still like making decisions and trying to figure things out. Like, that's okay.
It's so okay. And I think that's what's really cool about clothing and shoes, is that they allow you to kind of change up every day and figure out how you're feeling. I think there's always this pressure to like have one set thing that you are forever, but I'm like, I can't even decide what shoes I'm going to wear in a day. Like, how am I expected to have one gender project for the rest of my life?
Right.
I know that you do a lot of work with different LGBT organizations, and one thing that really excited me about this UGG collaboration was their work with GLAAD. So can you maybe speak a little bit about some of the orgs that you work with and that people should know about?
Yeah, for sure. GLAAD is like a media conglomerate that makes sure that LGBTQ people are protected in the media across the board, and scripted and unscripted. And it also is really celebratory of, you know, queer people in media in general, and they've really created a community within that space. But they've also fought for representation across the globe. And then two other organizations that I want to give a shout out to are the Trevor Project, which I think is extremely important right now during this time of isolation, especially if you're a young LGBTQ person who doesn't feel safe at home, but you're forced to be home. And if you're having any kinds of feelings about that, depression, suicidal ideation, the Trevor Project is there for you. They are a resource. They are a suicide hotline dedicated to LGBTQ people. And then the other organization that I love is the Ali Forney Center, which is a homeless LGBTQ youth shelter in New York City. They actually have 18 different housing spots, and they have drop-in centers, and they provide meals for homeless LGBTQ youth in New York City, and also programming to help people transition out of homelessness.
Yeah, those are all such important organizations doing critical work. And a lot of times, you know, people think during this pandemic that the virus affects everyone the same, but we know that it's going to map out on the basis of race and gender and class, and LGBTQ young people are going to be impacted. So I know a lot of folks who might be watching might be struggling right now. So what are some sort of life lessons or something you'd like to say to LGBTQ folks, especially young folks at this time?
I would tell young LGBTQ or not young LGBTQ folks who are struggling during this time that you are not alone. The internet, as dark and messed up as it can be, can also be a really, really positive space that fosters community engagement and can be a really good space to uplift your spirits and find people that, you know, you can relate to so that you feel less alone. I know even for me, like, my mental health issues have been really, really triggered during this time of self-isolation. And so I've had to like double down on community as much as possible, and like reaching out to people and trying to stay in touch with people to feel less alone during this time. And I would say, you know, make sure that you are putting the oxygen mask on yourself first, if that makes sense. And like getting the services that you need to take care of yourself during this time. I feel like the internet was invented for this moment so that we can all find ways to be together.
One of the things that I love about you, and I practice myself, is like glamour as like a mental health coping strategy.
It's like, I'm happy to look really good and not leave my house.
Right.
And it makes me feel better. Like, I find makeup and glam and like getting dressed up and playing dress up for me has always been really meditative and peaceful. If I don't have anywhere pressing to go to.
I know you and I are both like navigating industries that are often structured by the binary, especially in terms of like casting and scripts that are written, clothing. And so often it can feel like, at least personally, where I'm like, is this worth it? Like, it's a daily challenge to have to combat a binary system that makes you choose one. Right. Why do you think it's important for people to live a life outside of the binary, even considering all the kind of obstacles that exist?
I think to make space for younger generations. And that's what I think about, right? When I think about like, God, why do I put myself through this constant, like, coming out, constant. I just try and think about like what I would have wanted to see as a kid, like what would have helped me believe that I have a place here, that I, not just in this world, but like in this particular industry. But also seeing gender nonconforming people on television, in movies, in media, which GLAAD supports, obviously, it changes the narrative.
Right.
You get one of these people in your living room or in your bed on your laptop on a show that you love, and it like subliminally at times educates people about a part of humanity they just maybe weren't privy to or aware of or felt discriminatory against, but this character helped them feel more understanding towards. So it's important that we never give up this fight, or else we're living in a cis het white world, which just feels so boring.
So boring, aesthetically unambitious, and tragic.
Just not real.
Right.
That fantasy obviously was cute, but it's not real.
I feel like totally this idea of representation being reality producing. I'm just kind of tired of people being like, representation is just reflecting reality. I'm like, representation actually creates reality. Like if they see you on a TV show wearing a mini skirt, which this was just my plug for you to get more mini skirts, is exactly why I said that. Wearing a mini skirt and a heel, it gives permission and license to other people to do that. And then it actually creates more visibility for our community off screen as well.
Completely. Could not agree more. And that is why it's important to support organizations like GLAAD, because it's really hard to do it on your own.
Super.
You have the support of a large organization who has media contacts, like that changes the narrative on a global level.
And I think it's important to support one another too. And I appreciate you using this opportunity as a way to amplify other LGBTQ people, because I think, you know, community is a verb. It's not just a noun, and it's something that we always have to practice. Yeah. And I think especially as like non-binary and gender non-conforming people, we're creating a new way of living. And that way, it's not just like we're defining ourselves against the binary, we're also defining ourselves for something else. And I think what we're for is actually like interdependence and vulnerability and all these like ways of living in the world that are the most important, but are often the most shunned. And so I just love how you're speaking honestly about mental health, about creative expression, around community, because these are things that the world needs more than anything right now, but people are just so afraid of their power.
I literally couldn't say better. And I'm so grateful to have like members of my chosen family participating in this Prom for All.
My final question is, if you could imagine your dream prom outfit and you could wear any designer, any combination of things in the world, outfit changes are more than welcome. What would it look like?
I mean, honestly, I love being snatched in a corset. Period. I would probably want to, I was a ballet dancer in high school and in like middle school and elementary.
I didn't know that. Oh my God.
Yes.
It makes so much sense. You have such a sense of like poise.
Oh, thank you. I think ballet tried to teach me structure, but I wanted to break it constantly. But I think I would probably at that time, if it was 2020 and I was still dancing, I would want to have some like stage glamour, like Rodarte, Black Swan moment, because I live for the drama and I love costume. And I think like prom or any like big event like that, or even like my wedding, for example, when I got married, like I feel like I wore a costume more than anything else. Like I felt like it was a piece of theater.
Thanks so much, Tommy, for joining me for this little Q&A for Prom for All with UGG. I'm so happy that we had this conversation.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. It means truly, truly so much to me. I feel less alone having you here. And I hope you enjoy this prom. I'm going to
Of course. See you later.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye. I love you so much, ALOK. Oh, I'm so sad that we are not in person right now, actually hugging. I was gonna do like a crazy ventriloquial act and all these things, but you FLETCHER stands are really killing it in the comments right now, so I figured I would just like skip all that and get straight to the entertainment. But before I do that, I do want to clarify my pronouns are they, them. I know there's a bit of confusion. They are also ALOK's pronouns. We are both non-binary or GNC people. And yeah, cleared that up. I am gonna cue the entertainment for real this time. Because honestly, after this much self-isolation, I feel like we deserve to treat ourselves to some really special performances. First up, I'm really excited about this, and you already know who it's gonna be. she is here to sing us her incredible Forever single. It's going to be a stripped down version. And the video, by the way, is out now from the comfort of her prom-inspired living room. Get the tissues ready. Take it away, Fletcher.
What's up, everybody? My name is Fletcher. My pronouns are she, her. I'm really excited to be here with you all tonight, celebrating prom for all. This is so exciting. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you, UGG. What an honor. This is really cool. I kind of feel like I'm getting to relive some queer prom dreams that I never got to have when I went to prom. I was thinking about it earlier today that I'm genuinely curious how it would have been different if I could go back in time and do prom again, just feeling more comfortable with myself and my skin and with who I am as a queer person today and a queer artist. Like, I think this is really cool that we're kind of celebrating our uniqueness and our individuality and our love today and just for who we are. So thank you so much for having me. I'm really stoked to be here. I know it's really weird to be celebrating prom from home right now, but I think this kind of makes up for it, and it's really amazing and it's beautiful. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna sing an acoustic version of a song of mine called Forever. Okay. You tell me that I'm acting different. You tell me that something is missing. I've got a couple drunk kisses I still need to get on my system. You're the type I wanna spend my whole life with, but not the one I'll spend tonight with. We're just in two different places, you gotta face it. I wanna be young and party, be dumb and never feel sorry, become a freak with my body. I wanna be young and party. I'm tired of taking my phone out. Tell you I'm not coming home now. I think I could love you forever and ever and ever and ever. But don't think we should be together, together, together right now. I think I could love you forever and ever and ever and ever. As long as forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Don't start right now. You know I think that you're perfect, but I know why it's not working. You've always had the worst timing, and I've had a thing for an artist, drinking and smoking and kissing my friends. I wake up and do it again. I say that I'm guilty and do it again. I wanna be young and party, be dumb and never feel sorry, become a freak of my body. I wanna be young and party. I'm tired of taking my phone out. Tell you I'm not coming home now. I think I could love you forever and ever and ever and ever. But don't think we should be together, together, together right now. I think I could love you forever and ever and ever and ever. As long as forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Don't start right now. If I could love you, then I will love you. I'm letting go, and even though it hurts, if I could love you, then God I want to. I think I need to learn to love me first. I wanna be young and party, be dumb and never feel sorry, become a freak with my body. I wanna be young and party. I'm tired of taking my phone out. Tell you I'm not coming home now. I think I can love you forever and ever and ever and ever. But tell me we should be together right now. I think I can love you forever and ever and ever and ever. As long as forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Don't start right now. I can love you forever, no, no. As long as forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Don't start right now. Thank you so much, everybody. I know it's really hard and super weird having a prom at home this year, but I really hope I brought a little bit of fun to your evening, and I hope you have an amazing night. I love you. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, UGG. See you guys soon.
I am so in love with you. You are so incredible. Oh, thank you for doing this and bringing some fun and like maybe a few tears to this evening. Fletcher, I was about to say a really bad word, rock. so much. And honestly, the acoustic version is just as iconic. Your music always gives me the fucking feels. Oops. All right, look, you know, even though proms and Pride have been physically canceled, the fun and spirit has to be. Look at us tonight, having so much fun, celebrating this time. Okay, I am gonna answer one more little question. Let me see. This is from Kevin at Kevin Two Ends Day. I can't pronounce the rest of this, but thank you so much. The question is, who is your biggest inspiration and why? Probably my grandmother, and she passed away last year. But she lived with us, and she was such an advocate for everybody. She was such an ally to me. She was just so supportive of every single person she encountered, and so full of love and so full of spirit. And you know, she marched in the front lines way before I was even born for equality for all. And that to me is just, I'm just so honored to be a part of continuing her legacy in some way, and I love her so much, and I know that she's here with us tonight. Okay, now wouldn't be a prom without an after party, so I'm really excited. I brought one of my favorite personal DJs, someone I have literally sweat my body weight away dancing to and with when I was living in New York City and now in Los Angeles. He is such a talent. His music always keeps the party going, and he brings nothing but the best vibes. Before I let you go, I just want to say thank you so much to all my friends, all my guests tonight. I'm so honored that you took the time out of your core schedule to be with me and celebrate prom for all and equality, celebrating UGG's Pride launch, celebrating and raising awareness around GLAAD and all of the work that they do. Thank you. And for all those of you tuning in, please stay. There is going to be an epic dance party happening. DJ Jonjon Battles is going to literally bring your house down via screen. And I don't know about you, but thank God I'm wearing these slides because they are amazing to dance in. And no matter how you identify, just remember you are special. You're one of a kind. Don't ever forget that. All right. Let's go, Jonjon. Bring it on.
Hey, I'm Jonjon Battles. Thank you so much for having me close out your prom for all with Tommy Dorfman, hi baby, and UGG. I'm so thrilled to be here. Let's party.